Hey there guys, this is Pastor Kent and welcome to another episode of Skyfleet. So today, well first of all, updates on what I did while you guys were gone. Obviously we have a lot more grass than we had before, and that is because I decided it would probably be a good idea to spread out a large spawning area for passive mobs. I have no idea if there's passive mobs out on any of these islands, so that might end up screwing things up, and obviously, you know, haven't gotten any yet, or I'd be sitting here screaming, "Oh my god, we got a cow!" So, or something like that. And so, yeah, I don't know if maybe there's something else I need to do this, or if there's just passive mobs wandering around on the other islands, which is preventing them from spawning here, or if it's just because it is kind of a rare chance and kind of a smallish spawning area, all things considered. So, if you have any knowledge in the area of passive mob farms, you go ahead and leave a comment and let me know what I'm doing wrong, because I'm probably doing something stupid here. But yeah, so that's kind of been that, and then I've just been gathering up wood and cobblestone and cooking some of the cobblestone into smooth stone, and that's almost done. Good. Okay, and you can see, been gathering wood, been gathering cobblestone, and we've got a little bit of stone gathered up, and we're going to need some of that today, which is why it is thus gathered. So, yes, let's go ahead and start. First of all, I need to, today we're going to be working on the larger structure that will become our main base. And so, as such, it is my opportunity to reveal what that is going to be, and it is going to be a dirigible. Yes, an airship. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them. It's not exactly going to be Hindenburg style. I personally think it looks a little cooler than that, and hopefully you guys will agree. But this is going to be the top deck on the ship, which is why we made it this size and shape and everything. And eventually, like I said, probably going to replace these with half slabs. Still not 100% sold on that, but we'll see what we want to do with that. And obviously I need to make the actual ship underneath it, which, given our current materials, is going to be primarily, oh geez, words. It's going to be primarily wood and actually a lot of wool, so that's why the passive mob farm is here, and I'm really hoping for some sheep. Even if I can't, like, I only have the shears for so long, so that'll get me some wool, but obviously more wool would be better. So even if I can just get them in a pen and kind of breed them and then like kill off the children, or initially kill off the parents, and then, you know, down the road, children, that'll actually give me a meat source of food instead of just bread, and it will give me, new tree, and it will give me the wool from them as well, which would be exactly what we would need. So yes, hoping that passive mobs spawn up here, and I don't know, is there a radius around the player that they won't spawn in? Because, like, maybe I'm just standing too close? I really don't know. I've kind of done a little research on it to see, but I haven't I haven't found many answers. So let me grab this. Excellent. And I'm gonna grab this as well. You know what, we'll only risk one right now. And for the first part of this, I know you're wondering, like, you're making an airship out of stone? Not exactly. We are going to be using stone to make it look like there is armor plating on the ship. So the absolute lowest floor of the ship, which is 17 blocks below this. So I'll go below the stack, place 17 blocks, and then place a half slab on the top side of the 17th block, which, yeah, will allow mobs to spawn, but we're going to be covering it up with wool and stuff soon anyway, and keeping it nice and lit up, so that's not a big deal. And putting in the armor plating, kind of building the whole thing layer by layer, which is a little bit more complicated of a style to do it. But since we're building like in mid-air, it's probably going to be the best way to go. Okay, so enough of all of that. This is not where I want to build when I'm building. Actually, it is. It is 100% where I want to build that. And right here. So we're going to take out this piece of grass. And I'm going to put that dirt safely tucked away. And in fact, let's tuck away all of these things that we're not using right now. Like this. I might need the axe. I might need one of those. I don't need both of those. And just for safety's sake, let's only take like 4 bread in case I fall. And we can leave this. We can leave this. Let me grab the bucket, because we're going to need some water. And you know how this works. You make a hole, you put water in the hole, you jump in the hole. Okay, let's put the bucket back, because we don't want to lose that. That would be probably the worst thing to ever happen ever. At least as far as our island goes. And, okay, make sure this is lined up correctly. Nope. I'm so bad at this. Okay. Technically, I wanted this over here. So, you know what? Let's do that. We can do that. Okay, so I moved this so I can put this. Alright, and so the water will actually go here, because that's probably going to be the only way I will get back out of the hole. Ooh, a giant oak. Wonderful. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes you just get like this phlegmy feeling in your throat, and there's like nothing you can do about it, and it sucks. And I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. Okay. So first things first, let's get out here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay. Swimming up flowing water kinda sucks. And the worst thing is, if you just let this flow all the way down to the limit, then you literally just fall out of the world even though you're in a water stream. And I should have had that on my hotbar to begin with. Don't know why I didn't. Oh, that's a rapid slowdown. Okay, let's not do that. If anyone ever tells you that doing this kind of thing is safe, they're lying to you, because it's not. And for the sake of being able to do this and not die, I think we're going to go ahead and make some ladders. Not what I had originally planned, but it seems a heck of a lot safer than what we're trying to do at the moment. Yay, okay. So let's make some ladders. Now if you don't know, this is the ladder recipe. Ladders are great for going up and down things. And that should be enough, actually. So let's reclaim our sticks, which is now an odd number. I hate it when my sticks get to be an odd number, because then you don't have that nice even... I made a mistake, guys. Alright, let's see if I can do this. Okay. Alright. Now, if you didn't know, you can shift on a ladder, and then you won't go anywhere. You can also place on the top of their hitbox. So you can do that kind of thing. There we go. Well, that's a bit of a fail. Apparently, I needed more letters than that. Okay. That's such a terrible thing. Alright. Oh, this is retarded. I'm literally gonna have to go one ladder at a time to get back up. Oh dear. The things we get ourselves into. And it occurs to me... hang on, what? Well, no, let me... Okay. Yeah, it occurred to me that I hadn't actually started the episode timer when I started the episode. Yeah, so, wow. I'm trying to time the episodes. I actually feel like the last one was maybe just a little bit short, so we're gonna shoot for 25-ish minutes each time. And hopefully that will be a nice length, and people won't be bored out of their minds, but they also won't feel like they got cheated on the episode. And more or less, it's not that anyone said anything, I just feel like that's about the length that I should go, and that's that. So I'm going to assume we did about 5 minutes before I started that, so once my timer actually says I have 5 minutes left, that'll pretty much be the end of our episode. Okie doke. So you can see there's actually going to be a decent amount of vertical space. And yeah, technically I'm still going to be one short, but I can break this dirt and do that. And we'll make ourselves some more ladders, so I don't have to do all that again. Which will actually even out my sticks again, which is awesome. There we go. Okay, so yes, we have the slams. So do that. And we can put that there, since we want to. Okay, and so now... should be 9 this way and this way, so I want 4? Yeah. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so that's that part of it, and then you want 8 this way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Perfect. And so I will just fill this in and pull up a reference picture so I can remember exactly what I'm building, and I will be right back, guys. Alright guys, and we are back, and as you can probably tell, we've done a little bit of work here. So this is the very bottom layer of what will be the ship, and under each of these wood things are the stone slabs, and then of course the stone brick slabs here. That's just a little decorative thing I thought would look cool. And here are the first couple ribs of what the ship is going to look like overall, so you can get a sense of the amount of space that we're going to have in this thing. So yeah, we'll have a little bit to work with. Yeah, so basically what I did was just sort of built this, and the first time I ended up kind of stuck up here and I had to jump down and almost missed the platform, and that was bad. So I came up with this, because these will go along the sides as well, and technically I do need to fill these in. So we'll just do that now while I'm talking. And basically I can just use those as a staircase for the time being. And I'll have to put some torches on these, because all of these are set up so that the half slab is where the top of a block would be, which you can see from the gap. Like, this is where the bottom would be, this is where the top would be. So these are all valid spawning spaces for mobs, unless you light them up. So probably just go through and do a thing like this. And it's a little excessive probably on the torch use, but it's better safe than sorry. Definitely don't want to be working down here and just get blown up randomly by a creeper, or shot off the edge by a skeleton, or anything of that sort. Because that would not be cool. Not be cool at all. Okay, we'll take out the one layer. It's like, yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's pull these down, and I'll do the other side. So this is basically the structure, and obviously these gaps in between the wood things will be filled in with wool. So this will be the outer layer, and you'll see wool through the slots, and I don't have wool yet, hence why I'm not doing any of that. But for right now, we're just putting down the bottom sections of the plating, and we'll do the tops once we put in the wool, except for the ribs, which we'll do right now to make sure mobs don't spawn on them. Because, as you know, mobs don't spawn on half slabs. Or if you didn't know, now you do. So that's kind of the general structure, and of course this thing tapers on the front end and the back end. And I have plans to build fins on the back end, which is kind of what that is there. It's the start of the bottom fin that goes from the midsection and down. And then I'll have one there, and one on the top as well. So that's kind of where things are at. These slabs up here will eventually get doubled so that they actually are supporting the deck. And ultimately, these ones will also get doubled, and iron bars will be put in between these and the deck. And so you can kind of see the deck overhangs by like one block on either side, and on the ends. You can't see that part yet, but you will. And ultimately it looks pretty cool. It's something I've kind of designed in creative, so I have an idea of what I'm trying to accomplish. Which is always a good idea if you're not the best at aesthetic building. I definitely am. I don't think I could even claim to be good, let alone the best. So I do spend a lot of time in creative just coming up with things that look good and don't make me want to throw up. Oh, printer. Such terrible timing. Okay, so alright, let's get some more of the stone slabs. Not stone slabs. The stone brick slabs. And sheepy, cow, chicken, pig? Wow, got a lot of wheat right now. I will collect all of this off camera when we're done with what we're doing. Oh, and yes, I know, I think it was in the first episode I said I would show you how to make torches without coal, and I believe we are officially out of coal, and I'm going to need more torches. So what you do is you take logs and you put them up here, and you cook them with normal planks. Now I'm doing 16 because that'll actually give me a full stack of torches. But just real quick, I'll show you. This actually turns your logs into charcoal. And it's not a great return, it's 1 for 1. So it is kind of an expensive way to do it, but if you don't have access to coal, it's a good option. And these are also a great way to get rid of those super irritating odd number of sticks, and gives you 4 torches back. So that's kind of how that all works. And yes, okay, wait. Good. No? Yes. Okay, sorry, it took me a second to figure out what the heck I was doing. Which, you know, let's face it, that's just life. and we've got a little bit of smooth stone left, and I'll toss some more in there in a minute. But for now, let's go back downstairs and keep working on the stuff. That's looking good. We're gonna have lots of space, which is great because I have lots of things that I need to fill this ship with. We do the front side for that one. And there we go. Cool. So that's that one done. And now, now you get to actually see me making one of the ribs. So let me pull up my reference image here. Sorry about that. And this is the 7 wide rib. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And for now, we'll just do that. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and I'm gonna do 3 of these. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then it goes up by 5 blocks. But I don't want to do that yet. Because I will get stuck again and won't be able to get down. So the way we do this is actually putting that there and putting one of these here, and then using the sides of the blocks we can kind of do this without actually having to get under this thing, and we can build ourselves a little staircase to walk up to do the actual building of the rest of the rib. And of course I am holding shift the entire time that I'm doing this because I do not want to fall off, even though everything I have is technically replaceable. Just not a fun thing for anyone. Okay, so let's do the other side. 1. And honestly, these circle patterns are not super hard to do once you kind of get the hang of them. You just sort of memorize the pattern that you have to do, and you just sort of do it. And like that, that's ready to go, and we can put in the little staircase thingy on this one too. Now, I don't know about the physics on all of this, if a ship this size with that much like armor plating would actually fly. And I don't claim to know the answer to that. I would guess I would guess not, but I don't know for sure, and because it is Minecraft, I'm just gonna run with what we have and say it's good. Do we have? Yes. I think it'll look pretty cool. Definitely done some flybys in creative on Elytra, and this thing looks legit. Now, that's one thing I wanted to talk about. I do want to eventually get an Elytra for this map, because it's just perfect for it. And I don't know if... I know this map was created a few updates ago, and I don't know if Elytras were a thing when it was created. I know shulkers have not been added to this. So that's something that we may have to address eventually. And if shulkers haven't been added, I'm guessing Elytra also have not been added. I mean, like I said, that would just be my assumption on that. Now this is the hard part, because I've got to come over from the other side and fix all that. Anyway, so obviously Skyblock is the perfect place for an elytra, and I don't want to do anything that you guys would think is sketchy or cheaty. And if I were to like spawn in an elytra on this map, I would obviously hang on. There we go. I would obviously want to have your guys' permission for that, because I don't want to do anything that seems weird. Obviously, my only reason for doing that would be that it's just not in the map, and it's a cool thing that should be in the map. So essentially, we would give ourselves one, and that would be it. Like, we wouldn't go crazy. I would find a way to put a mending book on it, so we can keep it long term. And we would just fly around and have a good time. Okay. So I'm going to leave that one up to you guys. Obviously, I don't want to be thought of as a cheaty person, and like I would only want to do it because it is a Skyblock map, and it would be appropriate to have an elytra on a Skyblock map. So I will leave that up to you guys. You let me know if you think that is okay. And obviously I would not just give it to myself. I would place it on an island, like an end island way out there somewhere. So we'd actually have to like earn it. So just understand that it's not like a, oh, let me give myself this item. No. It's a, let me put it in the map so I can eventually earn it, kind of a thing. Because, like, it's just not going to be as cool if we don't earn it. Alright, so I'm down to 2.5 hunger, so I can eat my bread. And there we go. So that's kind of how the rib construction goes. And then you just fill in the spaces in between for the bottom sections, and you go from there. Now, ultimately, I would like this first. I have plans to make more than one of these, and they probably will not all be armor plated like this. Like, this is just the decor for the first one. And I'm probably going to play with like different styles and stuff, but the first few are probably going to be shaped a lot like this, just different aesthetics. But for this first one, I would kind of like it to be my industrial ship. So it's going to be like the iron farm and the cobblestone generator and the mob grinder. So I will need to build a darkroom spawner inside this big section here, which shouldn't be that difficult because there is just a crap ton of room, and you can get designs that'll fit into this space, and then you'll have walkways around on the sides. And what I will eventually do, especially for the mob spawner, because you want to drop them to get their health down, so you can just like whack them with a sword a couple times and kill them, or ideally with your fist, but sometimes they drop with armor, so sword. I say sword. I would like to take this further down to like the collection point, and then like that'll be the control tower. Like, you kind of command. I don't know if you've ever seen blimps or airships before, but they always have the thing on the bottom, and that's actually where you command the whole thing from, instead of on the top. And it also serves as a balance. So, like, obviously, if we just had the deck on top, and this was like it is, like really round, even with it being wider on the sides than it is up and down, it would be top heavy, so it would roll over and this would hang on the bottom. Now, it's Minecraft, so obviously that doesn't come into play, but I'd like to make these seem a little more realistic than that. So I want to incorporate that drop down, kind of like in sailboats where they have that little fin that drops down into the water. So when the wind is gusting really hard, it keeps the ship upright, and that's kind of the idea. We have this fin that drops down below the ship and weighs enough that it keeps the whole thing right side up. And so yeah, that's kind of where that thought process is going, and what I would like to do with this ultimately. But okay, I will crack on and keep working on all of this off camera, and hopefully I'll have all of these ribs done and the majority, if not all of the plating down for all of these in the next episode, and you can see our progress. And then seriously guys, let me know if you know anything about passive mob farming, because we're gonna need a lot of wool, and I think you can tell that, because all these spaces between the ribs, that's gonna get filled in with wool. And I really, really don't want to craft string together from the mob spawner to do it. I will if I have to, but I don't want to. So, if you know anything about passive mob farming, or if you downloaded the map and are exploring it yourself and you happen to find sheep on one of these other islands, and you're like, just give me like a hint and be like, hey, you should go explore that one island that you can see that looks like this. And I'll be like, okay, I'll go check that out, and we'll go from there. But yeah, it's been pretty much a good episode, and I thank you all for joining me on it. So I will see you guys in the next episode, and I will talk to you later, guys.